You've heard of Captain Ibrahim Traore. Whether you're a puppet or you consider yourself a head of state in Africa. No, I don't think we have head of states in Africa. I don't even want to say we have a handful of head of states in Africa. We have a bunch of puppets, incompetent elders, and they demand respect. They demand respect. In all parts of Africa, all these different elders, all these old folks, grandpas, all want to be respected. But these puppets don't deliver. So we have puppets here in Africa, supposed heads of states, who don't deliver, but they demand respect. And here we are now. We find ourselves in 2025. Since 1987, finally, an individual stands up here. A young man, like R. Kelly said. I don't know how many of you people heard the song about R. Kelly, but like R. Kelly said, there's a light shining in Africa, a young man rising up. A young man is rising up in Africa, ready to be a voice for his people, for the Burkina Faso. Not only the Burkina Faso Bay people, but Africa as a whole. Some people never believed in African unity until Captain Ibrahim Traore. Some people had a heavy heart about this concept, about this only hope, this only remedy for the chaos, for the atrocity, for the poverty that exists in Africa. But now that Captain Ibrahim Traore is here, everybody is, whether they like it or not, they can only but join. You have to join. Very happy to see people from like Jamaica, the Jamaicans out here. Jamaicans are out on the streets so passionate out here to make sure that they support Captain Ibrahim Traore. Oh my goodness. Captain Ibrahim Traore invited the guest of honor, come to Russia. Me, Putin, I'm inviting you. Out of all the 54 puppets that are over there, out of all the names, out of all those ones that have been also in power for decades, I'm inviting this young man because I can see that there's something special about this individual, this patriot, this supposed Messiah, the chosen one, the one and only head of state, president of the entire African continent, Ibrahim Traore.
Yes, and oh boy, did he make an entrance on that red carpet. He stood his ground with his up straight military posture.
Oh, that posture is,
Yes.
That's discipline right there.
Oh,
That posture that he has, that confidence. You see that red carpet in Russia,
yeah.
where Captain Ibrahim Traore was walking because he was at the Kremlin. Okay, how many puppets have been to the Kremlin? He was at the Kremlin,
Yes.
as he was going for his meeting to meet with Putin and all the leaders there of Russia. Not a lot of puppets get to walk on that red carpet, huh? Man. Let alone the youngest president on the motherland, on the African continent.
Yes,
it's
yes.
big. A lot of puppets, I guarantee you, a lot of puppets, these supposed heads of states of Africa were so freaking jealous.
Of course.
They are jealous. They are jealous of Captain Ibrahim Traore. See those puppets? They are jealous. Museveni is not happy for Captain Ibrahim Traore. I'm telling you, even that puppet of Equatorial Guinea that was also in Russia, the Obiang, the longest serving president in the world, 45 years as president of Equatorial Guinea. And Equatorial Guinea, if you don't know, it's the same country that came out here with the biggest scandal where one of the chief guy of that special financial institution came out here necking all the freaking wives of the politicians, including the president's sister.
Taking too many liberties with his position.
He was also there, that particular Obiang who's been in power for 45 years. Oh my God. But Captain Ibrahim Traore stole the show.
Of course, yes, because he is one of a kind. He's the patriotism that is just flowing off him. Ha!
You know,
no one can take that from him.
Even him, even Captain Ibrahim Traore himself, he doesn't understand what the hell is going on. Because he's destined for this. He doesn't understand. What did I do?
Yeah, because
What did I do?
He's doing something so simple, something that's coming so naturally to him is by taking care of his people, I think, because he's putting the people first. So why is it that he's probably getting so much attention?
He's doing the simplest thing,
Yes.
the basic things. He's only out here to make sure that we, the African people, also stand with dignity and integrity. The same way these imperialistic countries want to have their own space, their own institutions, their own podiums, their own way of life. What is wrong with an African leader or with Africans also come out here and also demand and also have a shot at life?
Yes.
A shot at life.
Yeah.
We are actually living in a world where there's this thing called imperialism, first world countries, and Africa. The fact that Africa is the richest continent on the planet, but people live in poverty like this, is actually crazy.
It's so crazy. And the Traore didn't go to Moscow just for photo ops and to say, yeah, I'm in Kremlin. I'm lucky to be here. But he went to build a future free from the French colonization and American manipulation. So while other presidents, they were there to take photo ops in Moscow and in Paris when they go, Traore was forging real power moves for the country.
Yes, that's the aim.
Yeah.
He's out here to make sure that, listen, Putin, I'm not here to ask for aid, okay? Please. It's not just about aid. We are here to build a partnership. And we want to take back with us knowledge. We are inspired by what we see here. This being the 80th year of the celebration of the Victory Day for Russia. We are inspired with everything we saw today, the march, the display, the hospitality, the organization, everything. We are inspired. We are looking for partnership. We're not just here for temporal help, just to deal with the freaking terrorists. The freaking terrorists are the freaking agents that are out here being trained by imperialistic countries. No, we want the people of Burkina Faso to learn, to study. In fact, Putin, I love the universities that you people have here. It would be great that part of our relation, some of the Burkinabe people can also travel here to Russia and study science, technology, medicine, whatsoever, any sector. Better yet, you are even welcome to even come and build these same types of university in Ouagadougou, in Burkina Faso. This is what we want.
Yes.
This is coming out of the mouth of a 37-year-old.
Oh my gosh. He's not asking for just pure financial aid like the other puppets they do, and they ask the financial aid from IMF, which they never intend to pay back. But he's asking for building a future for his people so they can be educated to do it for the next generation to come.
Yes. Do you know about quantum computing? Yes, we know. I know the term. I know what it is, but I know nothing about it. I'm not one of those computer crazy type of guy. I don't know the ins and out of it, my brother. But I've heard about it. Hola. Que paso. Hey,
Hola,
what up, my
que
brother?
paso.
How you doing? Where you from? Much love. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Welcome to this live stream, by the way.
Oh, yes.
We always go on 10 minutes in rambling and warming up our tongue and all that, and then we say welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining us from all over the world. I'm sure there's people from like Jamaica, Trinidad. Trinidad will come in. I bet you we'll get some people from Trinidad. The U.S. is always here. There's a lot of Pan-Africanist people also there in that U.S.
Yes.
What is this statement here? Speak, hey, little guy. Little guy? Ooh, this one wants to waken my spirit. But little guy, do you mean the rules? Do you mean the rules? Are you saying the rules is a little guy? Are you sure that's the kind of statement
that you want to start off
with this particular one, with this guy here? It must be your first time here. Anyway, Bolivia. Welcome from Bolivia. Appreciate you, Kenneth. Appreciate you. So, Captain Ibrahim Traore is back home now. He's flying all the way back home to Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
It was a great trip. He did his thing. He confirmed it to imperialistic countries, and he also confirmed it to us. That, wait a minute, me, the Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, I don't just leave Burkina Faso to go anywhere. This guy hasn't been to France.
There's no need for that to meet croissant.
He hasn't been anywhere to that freaking Europe. He hasn't been to US either. I heard that he got invited to go to the US, but he declined it and said something like, I'm sorry, I don't have time right now. I'm busy building my country. I don't know if that is like true, but that's what I heard.
But if
Not
that
from
is-
one source.
If that is true, how amazing is that? If you actually replied that way to say, I'm busy building my country. Please. After kicking the French and the Americans out.
That's for them to read between the lines and to understand that, listen, we are busy building here. We don't have time for show. We don't want to be seen as puppets. And also, we don't only think about Burkina Faso, we think about the entire Africa. We love the sentiment that's currently in the air in Africa right now. It doesn't matter which part of Africa, everybody is out here saying we love Burkina Faso. The craziest part about the West, the craziest part about these imperialistic countries and this media, mainstream media, these people, the craziest part about them is they know exactly what the hell is happening. The attention, how big Captain Ibrahim Traore is.
It is a movement, a revolutionary movement of Traore effects. And it's such a positive movement.
Yes. You know, they know exactly how big he is, but they will never come out here and speak about it. That's the craziest thing, actually, huh? Freaking CNN, Fox News, NBC, ABC, none of these freaking Western media has said a damn thing. And you know how I know that they're embarrassed and they don't want to give this too much attention. You know why? Because they were kicked out. There's no freaking Western media in Burkina Faso and all that kind of shit, because they like to come over there and push propaganda and push false freaking narratives. They are the ones who come out here and push false narratives.
They are the ones to divide and rule and watch the black people fight amongst each other, because that is what they want. That is where they gain.
We're living in special times because even as a Congolese person born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, I'm so proud of Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Because deep inside me, I always believed that Africa should be united. We
Yeah.
should be united. And I have no issues within me as a Congolese person to come out here and admire what's going on there.
Yes.
What type of leader they have over there. As opposed to the freaking puppets that we have there in the Democratic Republic of Congo for decades. Since 1960s, for 65 years, all the freaking puppets that have ever taken office in Congo have only done what Michael Langley came out here to try to accuse the Captain of doing. That freaking house Negro came out here to
He did.
push a wrong narrative, to lie to the world and to say that Burkina Faso leaders are out here using their gold and their proceeds and their gratuity, whatever money they get, only to ump up security and all that kind of thing. And they don't look after, that was the craziest part, they don't look after the Burkina Faso people. But the Burkina Faso people are here.
They are supporting their president.
They are here
Yes.
saying, one love to Burkina. We love Traore. They are here. I love Traore, That's what the person said also here. Can somebody get freaking Michael Langley up in here so that he can see these things? I mean, it's so freaking loud. What the freaking hell is mainstream media? CNN, fake news. Fake. I have no respect for mainstream media.
No.
I'd rather follow independent outlets, people that come out here and they are so real and authentic with what they say, than to follow any of these freaking news bulletins, breaking news, whatever the freaking hell. It's all a narrative that's been decided upon in the back end to push on the people.
Yes, by the powers that be, the governments.
Before they do the freaking evil, wicked thing, they first come up here with propaganda, with fake narratives to try to confuse the Gen Zs. But thank God we are now in 2025 where the Gen Zs are not sleeping no more.
They are fighting back and saying, no, we want the Traore effect in all of Africa. This is what we support. And the Burkina Faso are so proud. I was watching a documentary about Burkina Faso about 2 or 3 days ago. Whenever someone asks a Burkina Faso, they are so proud of him. They say, it's a bit
Whenever
disrespectful.
someone asks about what?
Whenever someone asks a Burkina Faso about Captain Traore, they have nothing but respect.
Nothing but love.
Nothing but love.
Of course, one of the biggest thing that Burkina Faso is doing now, of course, with the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, is, for example, that obvious fact. It's such a big deal. A lot of people think it's just they are building tomatoes. They did a tomato factory. It's not just a tomato factory, huh? Calm the freaking hell down. A lot of people think it's just tomato. No, we're talking about infrastructure also. We're talking about roads.
Yes.
Since that freaking France has been there to be the, whatever you call them, the colonizers or the partners or whoever the freaking hell they are, to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has only had about 3,000 meters worth of paved road.
Yes.
Constructed road. Only 3,000. Since you know France to be a part of Burkina Faso, until Captain Ibrahim Traore took power, they've only had 3,000, I don't know if it's 3,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers worth of paved road, constructed road. And since Captain Ibrahim Traore has taken office, his aim, his ambition is to make sure that per year they construct 5,000
kilometers.
Yes, per year.
Yeah.
Since France has been there, since the beginning of freaking time over there, since they've been freaking stealing gold over there, they've only managed to do 3,000 kilometers.
Over the whole of Burkina Faso.
In decades, man. In decades. You know, Burkina Faso has a lot of cities.
Yeah.
So they were never really properly connected. Part of the big dream, the vision of the excellency, okay? Listen here. That term excellency, they throw it around here a lot in Africa. There's no freaking excellent puppet. I'm so sick and tired of seeing all these freaking African leaders or puppets come out here and say, Excellence Kagame, your Excellency Kagame, your Excellency so-and-so, your Excellency, my friend, no, nobody's excellent today. Only Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Yes.
Anyway, anywho. So, all of those roads... he's making sure that he's going to connect all the cities, man.
Yes. And now people, even the Burkina Faso that has been out of Burkina Faso over the years, they are coming back to invest. Since Ibrahim Traore took office, they're coming back into Burkina Faso to invest and open their businesses.
Yebo.
Bringing back, because what they've seen outside is working there, so bring it into Burkina Faso.
Yes. Even as a Congolese person, I don't mind going there. I would love to go there and invest over there. I would love to go there and invest over there because there's no corruption. There's no corruption. Look, some freaking smart ass will come out here and say, Patrick, there's corruption everywhere.
Yeah.
I had a freaking fool that came out here to also entertain a freaking conversation to want to say stuff like, he's acting like Putin's puppet. He's being spoiled by Putin. Putin is not doing all of that for free. You know, you always get critics. And the sad part about this, these are even freaking Africans too. You know, because a lot of Africans, they love the spirit of competition, especially these freaking Rwandese or sometimes South Africans. They like to come out here and think that their country is the best in the world. We denounce that. As Pan-Africanists, we shouldn't be out here competing against one another.
Yeah.
Okay? We shouldn't be competing against one another. We should be supporting one another. We should be doing exactly that which that we are seeing now. It's so amazing to see it in 2025. Everybody's out here loving the Captain. Whether they like it or not, they love him.
Yeah.
But you will still, if you read between the lines, you'll see that certain freaking countries are just staying away from talking.
They don't want to be seen.
They just, what?
Watching from afar.
There's nothing bad we can say, so we might as well just shut the F up because we don't want to be out here praising that. Our country is the best. The Rwandese.
They are very quiet on the Traore effects.
Look, those ones don't have any freaking morals because, first of all, they know exactly the types of atrocities they supposed excellencies busy with in East Congo, but they don't have the guts or the balls or the free speech to come out here and hold him accountable. Those ones. Hello. Do we have any Tutsis here? Do we have any Tutsis here?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
We don't hate. This is not hate speech. This is just, it's just the truth that doesn't sit well with some folks out here. But anyway, we still Pan-Africanists. The only way we can unite is if we acknowledge the mess that's here first. Okay? Too many freaking ethnicities, too many freaking tribes, too many this, too many that. You know, the reason why Africa is also not united the way we should be united is because, first of all, yes, ethnicities, these tribes, and religion. Oof. This major obstacle that these imperialistic countries make sure that they promote your ethnicities. Congo, 450. Everybody thinks they're special. Out of all those freaking 450, everybody thinks they're the best.
That their ethnicity, their culture is superior to the other ones. That your physical features makes you this, and just because of your physical features, even though you're not, it just stands by it.
Some of them come out here and say, Patrick rules, you look like a Tutsi. Look at your nose. You look like one of us. I say, look here, I'm not in control of my nose. Anything you were born with, anything you didn't have a choice in, you shouldn't be out here being proud of. So whoever came up with that freaking concept to say, let's divide them according to physical features, that was an evil person.
It's an insult.
That was an evil, racist, full of their own freaking selfish agenda type of person who knew that they were there to divide and rule.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to divide them psychologically, in the mind first, and then physically. We're going to use apparatus here that they will hold so dear to their heart. It's about your nose and it's about your height. And you, who's tall, who's a cattle hurdler, you are special in society.
You're superior to the ones that are not so tall.
To these freaking shorties, these short ones and these farmers. These farmers are nothing. You are tall, you have a nose like Patrick rules, you're special. Yes, that's how they did to them.
And throughout existence, throughout the generations, they will just believe this, that the white man told me that my nose like this, I am superior to that ethnicity. And
look at us today. We are still entertaining this crap that has us in these freaking tough situations. I pray my country, Cameroon, follows Burkina Faso.
Yes.
That grandpa needs to go to an old age home. That grandpa of a Paul Biya, who's been the president of Cameroon for 42 going on 43 years, who's 92 years old, that grandpa that doesn't even know how to take care of himself. So I'm sure he has a bunch of freaking selfish loyalists around him that still want the system to continue on like this. That grandpa belongs in an old age home.
That grandpa must just retire. Paul Biya.
Paul Biya will never retire. Paul Biya simply needs to be removed. We need a freaking coup over there. That's what we need. You know, from a captain that can come out here with dignity.
Yeah.
and honor. Not all bad coups are bad, by the way.
Yeah, of course. We see the proof of Burkina Faso.
Yes, majority of these coups are selfish.
Yes.
We know that. Majority of these freaking coups are fake. We know that. Look at Gabon. That was an orchestrated coup. That was crazy. That guy was a military guy who is now the president of Gabon because he's been elected now. He holds a democratic title as the president now. He's no longer a capitan or whatever soldier that he was. But him, when they did that freaking coup, when they were honoring him, when they were swearing him in to be the transitional leader or whatever, that one, guess what? That freaking hall or that room, those streets, they were filled with French costumes. You could see that that event had France written all over it.
It was completely staged.
The moment that shit happened, I just knew this is France doing. This is not a real coup. This is a substitution.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to substitute the Bongo family. We're talking about Gabon, by the way. They want to substitute that old Bongo guy and put in a young puppet. And the intentions, you know, these imperialistic countries, especially France, they like to pick them young.
So they can stay there longer because Bongo didn't want to step down.
Yes.
France said, no, you have to go because we need someone different now. Bongo said, no.
No. You got it all wrong, Arlene. These freaking puppets do not argue to their masters. They tell them what to do. You must know, it's in the interest of France or some of these colonizers to have these puppets in there for decades. We don't want to have to train another puppet up here. We can't keep giving out state visits to these freaking puppets. Train the entourage and all their freaking loyalists and hope to God that these freaking puppets act the part. No, the longer we have a freaking Paul Biya in Cameroon for 42 years, it suits us well. This is an educated, obedient puppet. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. He will just make sure that every single freaking reserve of Cameroon is with us in France.
Yes.
We don't need chaos here.
He spends most of his time in France anyway, this Paul Biya.
We don't need chaos. We need all these puppets to continue to do what we tell them to do. We need an obedient puppet here, a proper puppet, like I like to call them. We need proper puppets up in here. When Faye, very young, the moment he came in there young, I was happy first, but then I was like, let me watch this Faye. We're talking about Senegal, by the way.
The fire is actually very disappointing.
They're very quiet, huh?
Yeah, I had very high hopes for him. He came out, he said, he went into that prison for a reason, like he was fighting for something. He came out, president, young. He said, no, France, get out. That the prime minister made such a nice speech. It's all gone. Yeah, Sonko. He's all gone to crap. Where are you?
You see those ones in Senegal? There's always some headlines here and there that's saying that they're doing something good or whatever, oil refinery. But my friend, you're young. You're moving too slow. You are moving too slow, Faye. Listen, man, you are young for a reason. And we elect you for a reason there as the new leader of that Senegal. You must also think, these boys, together, him, Faye, and Sonko, the prime minister, they were inside.
Yes.
In jail. Together. How? In Africa. That these two boys came out. And then they made it to power.
Yeah.
In this corrupt Africa. How the hell did that system work out like that? You have to question that shit, huh?
There was a lot of phone calls.
Look,
Oi.
you have to be very careful when things are so freaking smooth in Africa. You have to be very careful. It might just be the doing of these freaking puppets. You see, they want to play with the emotions. They want to play with our spirit.
Yeah.
They know that we're out here looking for fresh young blood to take office. We're sick and tired of these freaking grandpas of the world. So they'll, especially those French colonies. You have to watch those French colonies because that France comes out here all the time with freaking ulterior motives. You have to be wide awake with them. Speaking of France, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I'm sure some of you guys are. There's a funny video trending on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Since about like 7 to 8 or 9 hours ago. Of what's this croissant's name? Emmanuel Macron. Yes. I don't know if they are on a plane or something, but Emmanuel Macron is sitting with some dude, and Kiev, the Prime Minister of UK, also walks in to sit with them. So it's like three of them on a table. But as Kiev arrives, this other guy who was sitting next to Macron hides something like a straw. Like a straw, right? You know these freaking straw that they use sometimes to sniff powder?
Oh my goodness.
Something like that. And then Macron, there was like, like a toilet paper?
Yes.
So let's say that powder is in there. Let's say that powder is in there, but it was on the table. He hides it. And then he puts it in his pocket. And the cameras were rolling. That particular video is freaking trending on X right now, big time.
Hey, I haven't seen this one.
Where they're saying that, look at these freaking heads of states. They're out here freaking having a ball. And they come from freaking Ukraine. Where they... wait, that one, that's Zelensky. He also has a freaking history with that stuff.
Oh my goodness.
That comedian. These heads of states in this world are it's just a group of freaking individuals here and there playing life, man.
It's just little boys. I can't really say.
Playing life.
I know that they are female heads of states, but you don't really hear much, although from them. But it's mostly just a boys' club, and they are just doing boy things.
I don't mind having a woman for a president. We need to try something else. Look, me, I've always been of the freaking principle that if it's not freaking working, we need to try something else. You can't be out here doing the same freaking thing for decades and expecting different results. That's insanity. You understand? You have to try something else. That's why I like that new president of Namibia, the lady.
Yes.
She's out here, huh?
You said, U.S.
Making freaking moves.
You need visa. You cannot just come here. You need to apply first.
Yes, you America, you want our Namibians to apply for visa and these freaking application processes are so long. Same for you. I don't give a crap if you are the imperialistic country. I don't give a crap about how many freaking nukes you have and so on and so forth. I don't care if it's the freaking dollar.
Yeah.
You need a freaking visa to come here. And secondly, let me speak to my own citizens. She came out here, the president of Namibia, also said to her own citizens, I'm banning any form of the use of dollar in Namibia. This should only be used for freaking international whatever. If I catch anyone freaking doing things here with the dollar here, promoting this currency here when we should be promoting our own, you will face freaking consequences.
Yes.
That's a woman. That's fantastico. That's very, very nice. I don't care whether it's a man or a woman, but I want leaders out here who are thinking, people who are thinking, how are we going to get here if we have puppets of note who are out here just saying anything that they need to say while campaigning, and once they're in office, like puppet William Ruto, they change.
They just lie and fly, that puppet Ruto. We need people that make positive changes for their country because they love their country and their people.
We do. We need people out here who think, man. We need people who think. Just keep it simple, okay? We need people who think. We don't need genius brains here.
It's thinking and making the actual moves. There's no point in thinking.
Listen here. It's very simple, puppets. We need water. We need lights. We need to be able to get from point A to point B. So we need infrastructure.
Yes.
If somebody falls sick, there needs to be a bunch of freaking choices here. Which hospital do I need to go to? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We need education. We need the young, the youth, the Gen Zs to be studying. Puppets, this is not difficult stuff. You should just come out here as a newly appointed head of state of any part of Africa and just keep it stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it stupid. Sorry. Keep it simple.
Yes, keep it simple, stupid.
Yes, keep it simple. That's it. It's the KISS rule.
Yes.
It's the famous freaking abbreviation. It's the KISS rule.
Yes.
Keep it simple, stupid puppet. Let's put a KISS P there. It's true. Donald Trump said that, I saw on the news now, on Truth, he said he released the truth. He said something like, "The next truth I'll do will be the most important one I've ever released." And it leaves everybody in suspense. I tell you, these people are out here doing whatever the freaking hell they want to do. I was like, what the hell does the Donald mean by this?
The truth.
He says the next truth I release will be the most important truth I've ever released. Okay, what the hell is this? My brain goes to thinking, is he about to say something that ends the freaking G-side in Palestine or in Gaza or what? Is it about Russia or Ukraine or what?
Because with him, it can really be anything. You can hardly think of what it could be.
It's unpredictable with
You're
him.
that guy.
You never know exactly what he means. But then I don't know if it's him. I don't think he said, but rumors are out here now saying that apparently the US and China has reached a trade deal. A trade deal. Because they've been meeting for the last 2 to 3 days. I think 2 days.
Yeah.
In Geneva.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. So China is busy, huh? China doesn't give a crap what the hell is going on here.
China was also there in Russia.
Of course. China went to Russia quick, Victory Day. That's why he was first.
Yes.
With the delegation, with the meeting with Putin. He sat at that big table, did his thing quick, bang, on the plane, pew, went to go and meet the orange man. So China.
The orange man.
Yes, the orange man, Donald Trump. So China, Xi Jinping.
Yes.
There's a brain there, huh? Because he says, let me sit with Putin. He's looking at all of them like this. So even Donald Trump is looking at Xi Jinping like, you were just sitting with that one, huh? You were just with Putin.
I didn't go there. I didn't get an invitation.
Of course. But you were just with Putin. But that's the position that China is in.
Yeah.
You know, young minds are out here just following freaking narratives and freaking things that they've heard from their parents or whatever they think hip-hop R&B tells them. Look here. You must look at between the lines. You can't come up here just saying America is the most powerful country on the planet. You can't be so freaking naive in 2025. You have to look at how these pieces are moving around and how they're positioning themselves. Whether you like it or not, the truth is Russia is still Russia. Russia is still Russia.
It's still the big dog. It is.
Look, Russia is still doing whatever the freaking hell Russia wants to do.
It's what Putin wants to do.
You know, I've always been of the opinion that a true president... Okay, sorry. I don't know how many grown-ups we have here, but I'm about to say something a little bit mature. Something that requires you to not overreact when you hear it for the first time. Just bear with me for a second. Trust me. Is it possible that as a president, if you were to make it in office, once you make it in office as a president, what's the next thing that separates you from all the other freaking presidents? It's the ability to what? To lead.
Yes.
To command. Because they are all commanders in chief or whatever, the chief of command.
Yes.
I'm going to war.
Oh, but to actually do it.
Yes, I'm going to war. I'm not one of these freaking presidents here who are out here just to play safe. I'm here to annex. To play games here or what?
Yeah.
It takes balls, huh?
It does. I mean,
why are you head of state? Why are you head of state? Just to make sure the economy is okay. You just came out here to make sure. So, it's safe, huh? The women and children are safe. We all going to the park. Oh, my country is great. I'm the greatest president. What? We're talking about male ego here now. Talking about locker room talk. That's why I said what I said at the beginning. Most of them are like, look here, I'm going to take Russia to greater heights. Or I'm going to take this particular country of mine to greater... I'm going to expand this freaking territory out here. I know we don't have major beef, but... Hey, listen here.
Yeah.
You have to have balls, huh? Look here, there's no one with balls who's out here just not using their balls. There's no one with balls, with strength, with courage. Here, just sitting on it.
And not doing anything, not using it.
Doing exactly what Spider-Man said. With great power comes great responsibility. Oh, please, man. Everybody with tremendous power, just like that oracle in The Matrix once said, what do all men in power want? more power. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More land, more money, more this, more that. Crimea. Give me Crimea. Give me all those freaking territories over there. I want them. Anyway, I hope nobody's offended here. We are for peace. We are not up for violence. We're just speaking about reality. Anyway, that's a conversation for another room, perhaps. Maybe for Patreon. Maybe you guys can join us on Patreon, join the conversations over there. Because you need to be able to have these conversations.
Yeah, I mean, it's an open conversation to say, because being in that position, you'd want to be able to feel like, what's the maximum I can take this to?
Let's use a very, very simple social example here. I walk into this room now. Every single person here is weaker than me. And the rule in the room is that I must only stand on this spot. But I know that I'm stronger than every single other freaking person in the room here.
Yeah.
Why the freaking hell must I accommodate this discomfort of just standing on this freaking one spot? I want that spot too.
Yeah.
Nobody can do shit to me in this freaking room. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's life right there. That's how these heads of states also feel. That's how some of these imperialistic countries come out here and say, I want those uranium.
Yeah. Give it now.
I'll create a freaking narrative here. I'll send Michael Langley over there to just create some crap just to push a freaking narrative, which will give me a reason to just freaking conduct a freaking military operation. You understand what I'm saying? I got nukes. What do you have, Burkina Faso? What do you have? Listen. We know the law is there. We don't give a crap. We're talking about muscle here. I want that freaking uranium.
I need it. And I'm going to go to every length to get it.
You know, that's how I think some of these imperialistic countries discuss issues behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, that's where the truth is. That's where the true, real authenticity, opinion, things are. How they really view some of these African countries. We give you aid. We give you aid, puppets. There's absolutely no way that you're going to come up here and insist to have veto power.
No.
Are you out of your freaking mind, puppet? We give you aid. So we should be out here giving you aid, taking care of you, and you should have the right, you should reserve the right to come out here and veto my ideas.
No way, man. I pay for most of the things in that country. You must just sit and just be proud that you're part of the conversation.
You puppets have to stop taking aid if you want some form of veto power. If you want to come out here and say, it's not fair. It's not fair. We need to be able to stop taking freaking aid. Be like a Captain Ibrahim Traore who says, we don't want this freaking aid, man. This is conditional aid. Yes, it's true.
We don't. It helps if, it's helping Africa not to have this aid, because it has to push these puppets to new heights. Come on, to make your country self-sustainable.
Every single African country that takes aid, that receives aid, is nothing. They are nothing. Even that African Union. African what? Union? Unity? African Union? These puppets have a union.
Yeah, please.
Look, that one is a lapdog for the European Union. The European Union controls the African Union. Hello. That was easy to understand, right?
Yeah.
Because the European Union gives the African Union 60% of its funding, of its budget. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This supposed freaking institution of AU, African Union, is the one that should come out here and sometimes mediate and talk to Angola. This is how you deal with Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is how you deal with whatever in Somalia and vice versa, Biafra. That freaking thing. It should also come out here and say, ECOWAS, don't conduct a military operation into Niger.
Yes.
Don't do that. When that same African freaking Union gets paid by the European Union, where France is the biggest freaking contributor over there. You see, it's a show. It's a show. These countries, these African countries, are held by the balls, just like Thomas Sankara said in 1987.
Yes.
Before he was taken out. Before he was taken out. He says, we cannot keep paying these freaking colonial countries debts.
No.
And that speech was delivered in the African Union conference.
Yes. And the people did not like that.
Those puppets didn't like it because he was basically saying we need to stop taking money from the white man.
Yeah. No, please don't take money from my pockets, people. No.
Even some of these, there are some individuals out here in Africa, especially in these parliaments, whenever they're having, these puppets are so funny, whenever they're having these freaking parliamentary meetings,
Oh my God.
some of them are starting to stand up here and they, look at what Ibrahim Traore is doing. When one of them gets an epiphany to stand up in any one of these parliaments to try to convince the rest of the other puppets or the congregation about what Traore is doing in Burkina Faso, you can just see the disgust. You can see the disgust and the jealousy and the whole, I don't want to hear this.
Why is this guy talking about Ibrahim Traore here?
On the faces of these freaking puppets. These puppets don't want to hear about Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah.
These freaking puppets are so jealous of Captain Ibrahim Traore. You see, this same freaking African Union that's made out of puppets.
Yeah.
The OBNs, the this, the that. It's still a bunch. It's actually the worst. You'd rather deal with one puppet than to deal with a collection of puppets whenever you go to the African Union because they are all there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so put them into one place where where one person can just tell all these puppets sitting there looking at this one person to tell them what to do.
That African Union is the biggest adversary to the progress of African countries.
Yes.
That African Union, man.
It's basically cementing the fact that Africa is just completely colonized by the West and Europe.
The African freaking Union is only out here to push the agendas and the interest of the European Union. Puppets of note. That's an adversary.
Yeah.
Hello. You see, in 2025, you should be calling a spade a spade. No beating around the bush here. Excuse me, why the hell must we beat around the bush? Our freaking kids are being unalived over here. Look at DRC Congo. 50 million Congolese who lost their lives in the last 30 years. Guess what? The African freaking Union has still been there. What did it do? Nothing, nada. You know...
They literally just sat back and just let those things happen. Yeah, they say, MONUSCO is there and they send the troops. Please. It didn't help anything.
That African Union loves it when they send it money and then it uses money for its own freaking corruption. Corruption is huge in Africa. Even in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The reason why, even with this supposed US and Congo minerals deal that's about to take place between Congo and Rwanda, the peace deal, oh my goodness, that thing, the US should come to Congo and invest, bring the US private sector to Congo. Please invest billions. I am saying, yes, fine, if it will end the war, yes, that would be great. We are sick and tired of seeing Congolese losing their lives left, right, and center. Fine. Let's just end the freaking suffering first. But I know. Corruption is in every freaking room.
Yes.
In Congo. All these puppets, all these ministers are all smelling money. Even that ex-former freaking rebel of a president of us, Joseph Kabila, is back out here trying to see how he can make it back.
Because he's just all of a sudden come out of his own exile and I'm going to go to Congo. I'm going to try and fix.
I think this situation here requires a collective effort. And so in whatever way we can assist to help to promote peace for the Congolese people, I believe it will be a thing. So I'll be making my return through the east of Goma east of Congo in Goma, Oriental or whatever. You thief.
It's almost like the money ran out where you were exiled yourself to.
You freaking sellout. You traitor. You mole. You are a mole. For those 18, for those freaking 18 years that Joseph Kabila spent as the head of state of the Democratic Republic of Congo, he was only but facilitating shit for Rwanda. For Rwanda.
Yes.
Yes, he was only out here to make sure that he continues to do things for them, to install Rwandese in the Congolese government, the left, right, and center, integrated in every freaking department, every institution, thieves of note. Even that Felix Tshisekedi, who is currently the president of the Democratic Republic of Congo now, who seems as if he's doing something good. In your second term, what were you doing in your first term? Sleeping. Now that there's a freaking invasion by M23, now he's out here trying to make moves, to try to make it seem as if he's the patriot president that we've all been waiting for. My friend, we are not stupid. We just don't want to be laid by any freaking rebel. So stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. We respect the democratic system. At least. I know it doesn't exist. I know corrupt democracy has never really freaking worked. In any country in Africa. It's just a freaking system created by them. But anyway, corruption is there to the core. Speaking of democracy, that's why I like what the Captain. Isn't it funny how everything just brings us back to the Captain?
Because he's making moves, man. He's making the moves that we want, the ones that we support. So obviously, whatever we do, it goes back to him.
Captain Ibrahim Traore came out on the 1st of April, that speech where he told the people of Burkina Faso, listen, we are not in a democracy. Huh? This is a revolutionary period. And you have to know that we have to dismantle the system.
Yes.
The way the system is set up is not fair. You can't call it democratic. So put it outside of your head. We are here by forced to make sure that we change the whole freaking system because it has never benefited the people of Burkina Faso. For far too long, we've been tied down and we cannot do anything economically because of this supposed freaking democratic system that's here, that's only favoring France and the West. So don't think of this period as a democratic system that you're taught in freaking school. You understand? This is a revolutionary period.
Yes, man.
That's why I said, a revolutionary period, you have to have balls. Puppets cannot lead a revolution. These puppets. Look here. And we, Pan-Africanists, Patrick rules, me, I'm one of them. Yes, I love it. We will make sure that we do our part. We have to exercise the same courage and boldness to also be a part of this movement, this revolutionary period, to also do the needful and to do the little bit that we can, as we are right now, to make sure that we continue to instill this spirit inside the Gen Zs, inside all of us, inside Africans, inside us. You need to wake up. You need to learn your history. They did it to Thomas Sankara. They did it to Gaddafi. They did it to Patrice Lumumba. And now they're playing freaking games of narratives here, propaganda, with our Captain Ibrahim Traore, who's already, as you can see, building your roads.
Yes, man. So Traore's popularity and his radical policies and procedures that he's implementing, it exposes the cowardice of how the other African regimes are running their countries. Because they fear him because he's a living example of what a fearless, youth-driven, people-powered revolution can look like.
Yes. So basically, you're making us look bad. You, this Ibrahim Traore, me, I don't like him.
Hey.
Me as President William Ruto of Kenya, I don't like this Captain Ibrahim Traore. He's making us look bad. He's awakening the spirit of my Gen Zs, of my Kenyans. The Congolese also. We love Captain. South Africans are starting to say, we love Captain. Everybody's out here. Ghanaians, we love Captain. Leave him alone. All the puppets are gathered in the African Corrupt Union saying to themselves,
Because the more popular he becomes and becomes known that their own citizens are loving up Traore, they will have no place to hide. The people will start seeing and start saying, that, but why can't we also have this in our country?
Yes.
It's easy, man.
It's easy. It's very easy. But it also takes balls and some courage.
Yeah.
You understand? And some realness, some authenticity. It takes an individual who doesn't have corruption in the fabric of their veins. Most of these puppets are corrupt. All they want to do is steal money until they leave office and then they go to Europe. Yes. Just talking about President Traore raises vibration in the room. Energy, vibration and frequency are real.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Even when you watch Captain Ibrahim Traore on a freaking TikTok, that vibration also rises. Even through the freaking mobile phone.
Yes.
The way I just saw those Kremlin doors open like this.
Hey.
And he starts to walk in with a red beret. And you look at this guy, he's actually delivering for his people.
Yes.
You can't help it but to feel the freaking vibration. I'm feeling it right now, man.
It's like he's a man of his word.
He's black.
Oh my God.
He's African. It's about damn time. You understand what I'm saying?
Even the way you just said it.
This is unusual. This is, you can't help but to admire it. You can't help but to look deep and say, this one must be sent from above.
Yeah.
There's something completely different about this particular guy. Captain Ibrahim Traore made Victory Day in Russia what it was, the success that it was.
Yes.
It was because of Captain Ibrahim Traore. If Captain Ibrahim Traore did not go to Russia, trust you me, we wouldn't give a crap about any freaking form of Victory Day.
No.
To keep a spade, to keep a spade, especially after this whole freaking run of that freaking house negro of Michael Langley, when we do see Captain Ibrahim Traore is in this form, in Russia with Putin.
Yeah, it's true.
It is very true. It is very true. I can tell by the comments section that was true. They agree. Tem Jen. Much love to you, Tem Jen. Appreciate you. See you. I see you. You've been here. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for taking the time to be here. We appreciate you. This is Valuetainment. We love Africa so much. We support the work that Ibrahim Traore is doing. We're Pan-Africanists. We love our motherland. We are here to unite. We're not here to separate one another, so please feel free. Push this video so far. Push this live stream. Double tap, or like this live. We only have 16 likes, but we have 100 people here. Do your thing.
Do your thing, people.
Subscribe, my people. Subscribe. Tap. When I do this, is my finger on there? Can you see the like button?
No, it will
Oh,
be...
you can't see it on the computer there.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see it. Okay, my people, please like the live. We appreciate you so much. Okay, let's quickly talk. Let's run through this very fast because actually it's a small little story. Although it's magnitude also, it's big. It's a serious story. But we needed to spend 1 hour on Captain Ibrahim Traore first and acknowledge him and denounce all these different puppets. So before we go off, let's give it a few more minutes to talk about this supposed story here that's happening in South Africa.
South Africa. Hey, South Africa. Why these Afrikaners? They have boarded a flight. 49 of them.
Oh, you just went straight for it.
Yes.
You already said it.
Yes.
Oh, this is Afrikaners. Some people don't know who Afrikaners are. Do you guys know who the Afrikaners are? Do you know who the Afrikaners are, my people? Write it in the comments section. Do you know what is Afrikaans, South Africa? But that's crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's too much, man. They're just victimizing themselves. Self-victimization.
Afrikaners are out here saying, South Africa, we don't give a crap if 97% of this population is black. We don't give a crap if we have roots of Dutch people. We don't care. This is our land.
Yes.
We don't care about the Khoi Khoi son or whoever the freaking indigenous people are here. Yes, colonizers. They're not actually colonizers. The Afrikaners are not colonizers. The Afrikaners are the product of the colonizers that came there and slept around there with people around there. Yes, and but the colonizers were the British, the Dutch people. You understand that thing?
Yes.
Those are the ones who came to South Africa through the Cape of Good Hope. Those were the colonizers that came from these Afrikaners ones. They're not colonizers.
They are the mixture.
These ones are nothing really. They are something. They are humans. Sorry, but they are not. Please, colonizer. Colonize what?
Nah.
That Afrikaner guy is just also is suffering there. Some of them. See what I'm saying? Look at that Afrikaner guy with those short, cocky pants.
And those are the ones that that they feel oppressed
Yes.
because of this thing that South African government has implemented.
Yes, offspring.
Yes.
So anyway, this story of the Afrikaners in South Africa involves Donald Trump, because Donald Trump came out here and said, you black South Africa, you're out here discriminating against these Afrikaners, these white folks.
It's not black South Africa, it's South African government.
South African government is black. That's black South Africa in charge. The ANC is the majority breadwinner in that particular government of national unity. It's been the ANC for the last 30 years. So even if they have this supposed government of national unity where the DA has some seats over here, that's nothing. The DA doesn't make any freaking decisions. They are just still only in charge of that Western Cape. It's nothing. But Cyril Ramaphosa, he's the one, and his cronies, because the ANC can still pass stuff in there. And they passed that freaking bill to say repatriation of land without compensation. And you have to know that the EFF will also go for it. Yes, repatriate this freaking land. It needs to go back into the hands of the state.
Yes. And because of that act that they have implemented in January, these Afrikaners, they said, this land.
Yes.
Hey, this is my own land. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go?
You see, you see this Temgen? You see this Temgen who's here, Temgen son?
Yes.
I like that, because that's also how I feel. If these freaking Afrikaners want to go to US, they can hamba.
No, yeah.
What?
As a South African, I'm a South African, and I also agree. The ones that went to the US, they are just, honestly, they are like the lowest of that kind. If you look at the images of them getting onto that plane, go. Because they are just opportunists, because they are not being persecuted in any way. They are safe.
The crazy thing that happens here is the wrong narrative or the wrong propaganda, the wrong thing that they like to come up here and say that this is supposed G-side of against white folks or white people in South Africa, which is totally freaking wrong. Look here. We deny it.
No, it's denied, man.
Look. It's an issue if you deny a G-side. It's an issue if you come out here, for example, and say that G-side that happened in Rwanda in 1994 is not real, it never happened. It's an issue because at least there you can tell, like, look here, man, be sensitive. Be sensitive, have some morals. These people did go through this. You can't be out here just saying here. You can't come out here and see what the Palestinians were going through and say it's not. Yeah. Because it's kind of like obvious. That one in South Africa, we can come out here and say, you're lying, there's no freaking G-side.
My goodness, the country is relatively safe. There's nothing like that happening there. I mean, these are clearly just opportunists, and the individuals that are applying for these refugee status, they're not really facing persecution, and they are just doing it as a backdoor to get the US residency.
Critical thinking and logical reasoning. I am from Ghana. I think that South Africans should be bold and take on these freaking Afrikaners on. Black South Africa, I'm sorry to say, I love Black South Africa. I love you guys. I love all freaking Africans. But Black South Africa doesn't want to fight. Black South Africa has been indoctrinated to see that Afrikaner or that Mulungu as a god. You see, remember a few months ago that freaking story that happened in Limpopo with that freaking boer?
The pig farmer.
Who unalived Black South Africans and fed them to pigs. That's when Black South Africa should have been out here.
Yeah.
But they were so freaking quiet.
Yeah, those are the type of people that are actually applying to go there, to go to America. That type of thinking. And actually, which state are they going to? I read somewhere, it's not confirmed, but the states that they are going to in the US are those states where those people with the were founded.
Oh, with the Kanye West
With
new uniform.
Yes, but the white version.
With the K, whatever KK.
Yes.
That's where they're going to some of those types of states.
Yes, exactly.
I wouldn't put it past them. I don't give a crap where they go. If they want to leave South Africa, they can bounce, man. Nobody's out here saying, Africana, please don't go. Please don't go. We don't give a crap, man. If you want to go there, go there. It's only when they'll be there. They better give them citizenship. Because it's resettlement, so I'm sure there's a process there. But when you go there, go there. It's only when they'll be there. Then they'll start saying, because they're living as grown folks. You must not live, not as kids, huh?
Yeah.
At least the baby kids, they'll be like, I'm forgetting about South Africa. This is what I know. These grown-ass folks, the moment they get there and they start to grow old, these 40-year-olds, that's when they'll start to say to themselves, listen, I don't give a crap if I live in a freaking mansion in South Africa or at a farm.
Yeah.
I just want to be back in my homeland.
Yeah.
That's how they'll start to think.
Yeah.
They don't know it now. Right now they're just following America and let's go to America.
They're gonna start missing that meat. They're gonna start missing their brandy and coke.
The moment they get there, you must know you're still a settler. The local people must still accept you.
Yeah.
They'll still they become the minority, or even worse. Hey, when are you? What? This is America, huh? This is not Kleinfontein. This is not Orania. You understand what I'm saying?
This is their country now.
This is our country, and do you speak English? You speak English. You guys speak English over there? Ja, praat Afrikaans, baby. Praat Afrikaans? My friend. What do you drink?
Ons kan nie Afrikaans praat nie. Ek kan net Afrikaans praat. Ek kan nie Engels praat nie.
Moenie praat Afrikaans hier nie. This is Dallas, Texas. You know the Cowboys? Can you ride a horse? Afrikaner starts Mrs. Brandy. Suddenly starts to have withdrawal symptoms. Look here, they don't know until we all know. You don't want to be in a foreign land. You've been resettlement. What the hell is that? So these freaking people, these freaking Afrikaners who are actually out here willing to be resettled were not true freaking patriot or freaking true South Africans in that South Africa. For them to give up like this and not have the freaking spirit to fight for their own land.
Yeah.
They would rather resettle in freaking Dallas, Texas. These are fake ass. You guys can go. I'm telling you, anybody who can come out here and accept to be resettled, especially when your South Africa is still booming like that. Your South Africa, yes, it's got its issues, but look at it. That's not a war-torn country. You understand?
No.
That's not a war zone. Man, people are living every day. People are doing their thing. They're going there on freaking false charges to come and say, refugee. What refugee status? Look at your country. Listen, yes, Afrikaners. Some of the benefits that these Afrikaners used to have back in apartheid regime, yes, some of that has been taken away.
Yeah.
And that is fate. But your life is not crap. The black South Africans are still living the worst there.
Yeah.
Most of these Afrikaners are living a better life. It's like privileged life to the core, huh?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is white privilege in your face. Where on the freaking planet have you ever seen any foreign president come out here and say, you're mistreating the black folks over there? You guys come. We're going to take them.
What nonsense.
It's white privilege.
Completely. And this is also on my part, this is where I disagree with what Trump did. Stopping the refugee status, asylum seeking status in the US, and then taking in the white people from South Africa who are claiming to be oppressed or persecuted against. That's nonsense. There are people in the world that actually need help, that need to go to a safe place. There are other children in Gaza, in Sudan, everywhere to go to US to have a safe place. But they take the white Afrikaners who coming from their own farm, their own property, where they can say what they want on their own property. to take, it's nonsense.
You know, the white man is out here trying to tell us, you people still don't understand the difference between you guys and us. This is the freaking system. You see everything you've just said now? Just because they're white. They're saying, bingo, exactly. That's the only reason why.
No.
They don't need to give freaking explanation. They actually want to live in a world where we should understand that this is a white dude and this is a black dude, and this is why the situation is like this. Yeah, let's not talk about it. You must know that. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, that's this. Look, that thing must just be. The reason why they actually have this thing that's almost tries to promote a spirit of unity, and we are on mainstream there. That is racist. I'm not a racist. All that kind of thing. The reason why they have that, like that, is just so they can control the masses. Just so that between us people, we don't fight like that under those freaking conditions, under those the differences. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it exists. Here on this level, we'll just make sure that we create a system that shows you that it exists.
Yeah.
We'll beat you at this game. We're going to create a book out here with its laws and rules and regulations and explanations and morals and ethics about how life should be, the law. We're going to create it, but we're going to know how to go around it.
Yeah.
To suit. Look, they're coming here. It's resettlement. Let's see how we can do this. But at the end of the day, it's because they're white. Shut up. But we will see how we're going to write it. Which kind of vocabulary you guys will swallow. Refugee. Saying they're being persecuted. It's under the Persecution Act. Okay? Use that.
Yes.
Yes. Between me and I, maybe at the cookout, I'll let you know that it's because they're white. But for the public, for this freaking resolution here, this freaking thing that we're about to release out here, it's because of the act.
Yes.
I saw a video of him yesterday suggesting that America should pay African to return back to their country. Yes, I saw something like that.
That Trump is what? Saying
he's offering $1,000 to any people. You want to go back? I'll give you $1,000.
$1,000.
Yes, I'll give you $1,000 to go back to Africa, man. Or to wherever the freaking hell you need. It's all part. You know, one of Donald Trump's biggest aim here is this mass deportation.
Yeah.
Mass deportation. You're going to deport the hell out of these freaking despicable humans.
Even that part, despicable humans. Yo.
Look,
America.
Yeah, you know, that part I don't mind. Any country out here, if I had a country and I had despicable humans there, I'd want them out. I don't mind that part. You know, I've always been of this opinion. Listen to me, my people. I hope you guys are having a great time. Please, can you like the live stream? Can you like the live stream? Thank you very much. I've always been of the opinion that in this world, only the strong survive. We can't be out here feeling sorry for each other. It's not a fair world, huh? You can't possibly be out here expecting somebody to be fair with you. You have to play the game. The problem with black folks is they don't play the game.
Yeah.
Africans don't play the game. Most Africans, and in this particular case, for the sake of argument, puppets of Africa, heads of states, they don't play the game.
No.
They are willing to be puppeteered around. They are willing to be puppeteered around.
They just want to take orders.
They don't mind. They don't mind. Some African folks love calling somebody else a boss. They love the idea of not being in charge, of looking up to. They love the idea of that hospitality. Yes, sure, sir. This way, please. Hi, welcome to this hotel. This way, please. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I will be your waiter. Oh, where are you from? I'm from Zimbabwe. Oh, Zimbabwe is such a lovely country, Thompson. When did you come? When did you come to Paris? Oh, I came to Paris about 10 years ago. Oh, how you finding your job? It's lovely. I meet lovely people, great folks such as yourselves. You understand? So African freaking black folks are completely locked in that freaking mindset. What we are doing here is trying to show them the importance of who they are. You don't have to take freaking orders. One of the most upsetting images I saw on social media was, it was France again. It was Emmanuel Croissant. You know who that is, right? Macron. He was standing in front of a white man.
Yeah.
I think it was the head of state of a certain country. And right next to Croissant was the puppet of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara, the guilty one. The one who's out here making sure that he does everything with Croissant for them to continue to destabilize Burkina Faso. That particular puppet of note, the biggest puppet right now, actually, who's playing a very dangerous game because he's out here working with them to destabilize the Captain Ibrahim Traore, the one and only. We don't have a lot of black people who think like this as heads of states.
Yeah.
So that one is worse than a freaking traitor. Anyway, Croissant was standing with that Alassane Ouattara. The craziest part of that stance and that photo that I saw was the fact that Alassane Ouattara's right hand was holding on to Macron.
Like hooked in.
Like hooked in.
Oh, like lead me. Lead me.
Yeah, like. Understand? And Macron is standing with both his hands straight, talking to that other head of state face to face on. And Alassane Ouattara, the president of Ivory Coast, was standing next to Croissant holding his hand.
Yeah, but for
And
what
smiling at the other guy. And they're not standing in the same line. Huh? He's slightly at the back of Croissant.
Oh yeah, this is my bus.
Puppet. Anyway, it'll come up on your feed soon. You guys will see it there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is completely ridiculous. Ridiculous. He will live to regret his actions. They are all fools.
Yes.
Yes, all these puppets are fools. All these puppets are fools. All these puppets, we make it a mission. Lucky for us, we've had this epiphany of making sure that we don't waste time with these puppets a long time ago. Lucky for us, we never have to catch ourselves ever respecting any one of these puppets. What you need to do as a Gen Z right now and only look towards Captain Ibrahim Traore and look at Burkina Faso. Look at Burkina Faso. What's happening to Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso is a country under construction.
Hey, that is it's rebuilding. It's building itself.
It's like the Middle East. It's like when you go to the UAE, especially back in the days, like when you go to some of these countries in the Middle East, we just go and you just see freaking cranes everywhere. I just hope that they can also start having a bunch of cranes. I haven't seen a lot of cranes.
Like when they're building in the skyline, the towers.
The towers, the buildings, and all that stuff. Yes, but right now, Burkina Faso is a country under construction.
Yes.
You know what's the craziest thing, actually? It was also in that particular documentary that you're talking about, that you watched about Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
The current construction that's currently happening now with the roads, all of that is being funded by the people and constructed by the people.
Yeah.
It's the Burkina-based citizen people who are building those roads. There's no freaking construction company out here, some private construction company that's out there just so that they can eliminate that element of corruption.
Yes, yes.
It's coming straight from the government. The government is the one. This is the government building. It's not some freaking private company from outside came here or from local, whatever. It's actually the government itself.
Yeah, and the people that is building it. They train those people to use those machineries and
those tractors.
Yes, tractors. Yes.
Yes, and even that tomato industry, those plants. It's not one. They're building 3.
Yeah.
2 is already completed in 2 different provinces, and there's 1 more still to be completed.
Yes.
And those tomato factories in Burkina Faso, the people own it. The Burkina Bay people have their shares in them.
Yeah.
And
How
they
beautiful
build
is
it.
that?
They build it.
Yes.
So it's owned by the people, built by the people, for the people.
Imagine that. It's built by the people for the people. How true that statement is.
They built it. It's not
Yes.
some fucking private company that can come out here to finally try to go like, the price is rising here. We're gonna take this away. We're gonna fire people here. We're gonna call the shots. Oh, we're gonna shut down. We're gonna shut down. So there's no more tomatoes in Burkina Faso. Please, we're gonna shut down. So that all that kind of crap cannot exist.
It's eliminated.
Yes, because it's the people. This great revolution is televised. Yes, because it's the people themselves that are out here building. Yes. All right. Thank you very much, people. Please, can you like the live? Thank you very much. For those of you who just joined us or you missed out, you missed out. I can confidently stand up here in front of you folks and say you missed out. At the beginning, it was fiery, man. We were up in here. We said everything. We didn't hold our tongue.
Yes.
We were straightforward with it. We didn't beat around the bush. We called a spade a spade. We came out here, called out the puppets that needed to be called out, and we made sure that we echoed the sentiment and the honorable acts of Captain Ibrahim Traore.
The revolutionary.
So, the revolutionary. So if you're just joining us, perhaps you want to save this video and watch it later. There's more on the channel. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. And please like this live. And don't forget to send your super chats. I can't see any super chats here. Can you see super chats from there?
No, I can't see any.
From there you can see.
Yeah.
Right? Right? If it comes through.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't see it here. I just want to be engaged with them here. So super chats and all that, all of the above will be greatly appreciated. It keeps us motivated and to come out here and continue to do that, which we love so much. Yes. Working Americans watching, how come we don't have benefits like Burkina Faso? Oh. Damn, Jen, you American? You're from America?
Oh.
He's a working American, but they don't have benefits like Burkina Faso. That America. I don't know.
The American dream. Please.
Yes. Serbian.
Serbian.
All right, my guy, no problemo.
Ouattara is a big traitor, but he and his descendants will forever regret. Says critical thinking.
Ouattara is a traitor. That one is worse than a traitor, worse than a sellout, worse than a puppet. He's actually worse than the freaking colonizers and the West and imperialism itself. He's worse than imperialism itself. That one, I don't want to see his face. Even his face just lets you know that this one is up to no good. One great news that came out on social media that I came across on was the fact that one individual out there in France, because that freaking Ouattara is in France, one individual approached him in the airport to tell him, keep your hands off Ibrahim Traore.
Yes.
They understand? Keep your hands off Ibrahim Traore. You are messing with the great one. We are watching you. Keep your hand off Ibrahim Traore. I'm telling you.
It's nice. It would be nice if he pointed at him like this.
And the way they saw him, apparently he only had 2 security guards, and one of those security guards had a freaking fat stomach. So these puppets, they play hard in Africa, but when they go to Europe, nobody freaking recognizes them. They treat them like what? Please. Anyway, one of these Africans who now lives abroad for some time, he's got the courage. He's not so bowing down to these freaking puppets like some Africans are still doing. Why are you doing that? He told him, keep your hands off. Keep your hands off. We know what you are doing. That's the freaking spirit out here.
That is what must be done, man.
These puppets have to know and understand once and for all that we are sick and tired of the freaking little games, the freaking little tactics of stealing money, of filling their pockets with money. These freaking puppets that come out here for decades, they steal our money and our natural resources, and they want to come out here like Joseph Kabila. No, this needs a collective effort. Thieves of note. These are thieves. These aren't head of states. These are thieves, man.
Yes.
Man, Africa is being laid by thieves. 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 Wake up. It's true. You have to wake up to this crap. Why? This crap has been understood as if it's the freaking norm. Like it's the norm. But look at your streets, bro. Look at your streets. Don't look at South Africa's streets. Go to Sierra Leone. Go to Sierra Leone. Go to Congo. Go to some places. You see some mess there. You'll be like, what? Really? Go to Cameroon. Some places. They keep showing you certain parts. You know what I don't like the most also?
What?
Is some of these African content creators that come out here and want to say, Africa is not bad, Africa is beautiful. Look, Mother Nature is beautiful. We love Mother Nature. And we have great sceneries. We have mountains, we have valleys, we have all of the above, yes. But the basics are not in place. The basics aren't in place. It needs a lot of work, man. Most of these freaking places. A lot of Africans are out here losing their lives from freaking little sicknesses here that you people play around with. You guys, there are certain sicknesses that some of these people who don't live in Africa, who live, for example, in Europe or America, there are certain sicknesses that you guys go to the club with. But in Africa,
they do that.
In Africa, it's khalas. It's finito there for that guy because that small little pharmacy there, that boy couldn't get there. Thieves and gangsters for a long time. Princess, hello Princess, true brother, I'm from there. I do need your help, brother. What do you need, Princess? What do you need? Double tap, or rather, I'm used to going live on TikTok. That's why I keep saying double tap. This is not a double tap world here. Here you just gotta like the live. But I see some hearts coming in here like, brrr.
Yeah.
What are those likes about?
I don't know. It's just.
Do they double tap?
Yeah, you can double tap there.
Guys, send the love. Let me see the love. Let me see the love. Let me see some of these loves you people are sending. Yeah, they are there. Do you see that, Tarin?
Yeah, I see it.
Those loves here.
Yes.
So they do double tap.
Yes.
Okay, so YouTube's got this double tap system here too.
Yes, they do.
And it pushes the live, I'm sure. I think so. I think that's the same concept. Oh, thank you very much. We learn something new every day. You see, we're not that arrogant. It's not just about the tone. It's not just about the tone. We're not that arrogant. Okay. Let me just see if I missed any comment before we get up out of here. In the meantime, while we give you this rundown, like the stream, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys are subscribers. At the moment, we are busy traveling. Soon, we'll be back in our spot where we will be now sitting in our podcast sitting. But as of now, the experience must come. Yes. The research.
And then I'll be back on screen.
You can be back on screen anytime. You can come on screen here if you want. But I know you ladies and being on screen, it's a crazy deal, huh? You ladies, why are you ladies like this? Why can't you ladies just be like us men? Look, I didn't shave properly today. Some people will say, look, you're bald, you don't have any freaking hair. But thank God we have self-confidence. Not to say you don't have, but we don't freaking mind. It's about being real and authentic. It's what you see is what you get. Today it's here, tomorrow I cut it, and so what? Where does your opinion go? If somebody comes out here and says, look at your hair, who gives a crap, man? I'll cut it tomorrow and then I'm here again. What happens? My life doesn't change. But at least I came out here and do the work. You see?
Yeah.
A lot of people are restricting themselves because they think a lot. You're thinking too much. Take a chill pill, my brother. Yes, so please like the live, like the stream, do your thing. And how can you assist us to come out of that mess? The guy is so desperate. Which guy is so desperate?
Oh, I think she said where she's from. I think she's from...
Princess.
Princess, yeah. Oh, wait, she mentioned it.
Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Very happy to have you guys here. Subscribe, guys. Thank you very much. I am A proud Burkina Bay. I love you guys. Much love to you too. You are making us proud. Listen, my Burkina Bay guy who's here, continue to show the loyalty that you're doing for your Captain.
Yes.
Take it from the rules. I don't know if it's your first time here, but I've been extremely vocal about the great work that your leader is doing. Continue to show love for your leader. You understand? Your leader is going through a lot, but he's happy to do so because he's following the footsteps of the great one, Thomas Sankara and Patrice Lumumba. We have something in common, huh? We have people who've been out here to dedicate their lives. So, my brother, we are proud of you. I will be coming to that Burkina Faso.
Oh, yes.
Whew,
I need to go there as well.
That would be a nice trip, man. We're going to do a nice full-on set podcast over there in that Burkina Faso. And I'll make sure it's live. I'll make sure that we put it in a way where the view, they can see that. But wait a minute. That's Burkina Faso right there. The rules is here.
Yes, it must be outside there by that statue I saw with the blue sort of thing. It's in the town square, I think, in Ouagadougou.
In Ouagadougou, yes.
Yes.
We're going to make sure that before we go there, definitely this year, we're going to make sure that before we go there, we ask them, where would you like, us to do like a meet and greet.
Yes.
Because I know it's not just here on YouTube. We have a bunch. I think we have close to like 30K followers on TikTok.
Oh,
on TikTok
Bay,
from Burkina Faso. There's about 30,000 of them that are from there. Because I checked the analytics. So when we in Mozambique also there's a lot. And Kenyans also there's a lot. And Nigerians also there's a lot. And Rwandese also there's a lot. But the Rwandese don't like to admit it. But they keep inviting me. The rules, please visit Rwanda. I said, you tell your troops to leave DRC Congo first. If you want to see the rules over there in that freaking Kigali, which I believe should be the 27th province of the Democratic Republic of Congo, you have to tell them that to get their attention. Tell your freaking troops to leave. Anyway, it is what it is. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you so much. I will offer you a free place to stay in Burkina Faso. What up, my dude? Appreciate
Look at that
you.
hospitality.
Appreciate you. United Africa is coming. Yes, it is. Oh, look at this, Omar. There's that comment. You see that comment? Bold.
Yes.
You, Omar, commenting bold. You are so late. You are late. Because there was a time I was here and I was showcasing the boldness. Yeah. We don't give a crap about the boldness.
What does the boldness have to do with anything?
Let me tell you something that perhaps you should take with you, Omar. As far as the rules is concerned, all of you guys, besides Omar, just understand my sense of humor, okay? Just understand my sense of humor. But this is strictly just for Omar. Omar, I think hair is for women. I don't have time for hair, bro. I don't have time for hair. I just want to be able to, even now.
Yes.
You see this little bit of hair here?
Yes.
It pissed me off because it's like this hair here. So I must cut this hair here now so I don't look bald. But then another part of me was like, fuck it. Just do this shit, man. Just do this shit. Who cares what they think? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you, Omar, you are wasting your breath here. From Lumumba.
Yes, man, Tamjan, who cares?
Who cares which man is out here caring about hair? You care about your hair. Let me tell you something. Girls don't give a crap about your hair. Especially in 2025. There's no girls out here who gives a crap about hair. Bro, they only care if your glasses are Tom Ford. Let's start ourselves to call a freaking spade a spade. They only care if your watch is an AP. You understand what I'm saying? They don't give a crap about your freaking hair up there. You come with your freaking curly hair and your gel, whatever. Come and sit there. The rules will come with his bald hair and some freaking gray hair to add to the mix. I'm telling you the truth. If you have a sense of humor, you got it. If not, I'm sorry. I cannot help you. But thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate you guys very much. Imagine having hair, but being stupid. Temjen, tell him.
There we go. Much love. Yes, who cares?
Stay who you are.
Yes.
Yeah, you from Burkina Bay. Say who you are. Appreciate you. The other one says jealousy. Exactly. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. All right, guys. Much love to you guys. Please like the stream on your way out. Appreciate you very much. It's been a nice little run. Appreciate you guys. Are you good on your side?
I'm good. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Captain Ibrahim Traore is the one and only president of Africa. Not just Burkina Faso, but of Africa. Take it from a Congolese person who's willing to say, that's my president.
Yes.
I like the energy too, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you, Temjen. You've been a sport throughout the live. Appreciate you very much. You were here
from the beginning.
From the alpha to the omega of this life. You are there from beginning to end. Yes. Appreciate you, my guy. And thank you very much. God bless y'all.
Thank you so much. God bless.